today I want you to meet Greg, and he is actually from Florida, so he's still slightly under lockdown, I'm sure, in his area too. Uh, so
Yeah.
we want to I'm going to turn it over to you to tell us a little bit about yourself, if you would, Greg, and to tell us, what was your passion behind what you're doing?
Okay. So thanks, Pam. Thanks again for having us. We appreciate the opportunity to educate you guys on our brand. I've been in the skincare business for, I want to say, well, it's at least 25 years. So it's probably a little bit more. So right after college, I got recruited by Allergan Pharmaceuticals, and I got started in skincare and kind of fell in love with the whole world of skincare, and kind of been stuck in that world since I got out of school. So, but it's become my passion, and of course, it's become everything that we do, here to make a living. As the years went on, I worked for several large companies. I worked for a lot of startup organizations as well. Learned a lot about the different things in skincare, from injectables to cosmetics to pharmaceutical drugs as well. But most of my career has been spent on the cosmetic side. So I would say maybe 15 years ago, I worked for a small molecular biology company in New York, who launched the DNA repair technology into the world of dermatology. So long story short, that business was sold. And at that time, myself and one business partner who lives in California decided that we would try to purchase the enzymes and start our own business as entrepreneurs. So 10 years later, here we are. We still have a brand of products. It's now called Photozyme. Prior to this, it was called Selfix, but that company was sold, so we had to rename it and start fresh with a new brand. So it's, like I said, it's become my passion. And of course, being an entrepreneur and owning our own small business in the world of dermatology has been something that I've wanted to do my whole life. And there's the pros and cons, as all of you may know or may not know, but it's been very rewarding, and we're looking forward to teaching you guys a little bit more about what we have.
That's awesome. It's a great line, and it's good to kind of know how your passion got started with it. And we really have enjoyed it, and I'm sure as time goes on, there may be, I know recently a new product was added, which was this one. Am I correct?
Yeah, I can't see it, but I'm assuming you're talking about the GFS.
Yes, the GFS Plus.
Yeah, that's a growth factor serum. And yes, I'll talk about that as we go through the presentation as well.
Excellent. I'm going to turn it over to you, and he's got a little presentation Greg does for you, so we can let you go have the screen.
So I'll start here. Like I said, Photozyme, myself and one business partner that have always had the passion to build our own business, had the opportunity, as I spoke earlier of, and my business partner lives out in California, and I'm here in Florida. We have the LLC incorporated in California, so that's why it'll say, you'll see a lot of things on our packaging from Carlsbad, California. That's just where we have the incorporation, but most of our day-to-day businesses run from Florida. Okay, so we want to consider ourselves the leader in DNA repair technology. There's always a lot of competition out there, but the competition is what kind of keeps us going and keeps us, always increasing the technologies that we have within our products. All of our products that we offer contain the DNA repair enzymes for the most part, except for the cleansers. But I'll get into that. But we want everybody to be able to utilize the technology, whether they're using the eye cream, the face cream, the body lotion, the night cream, and then some of the newer products that are coming as well. Most of the things that we have been doing over the years is selling directly to the dermatologist and through distribution. Distribution meaning worldwide. Usually the distributors are in another country. We have 5 countries on board besides the U.S., and they're distributors for us, and most of them market the same way through physicians in their countries. And then recently, when I met Pam a few years ago, we're trying to partner up with people that could help us expand into other areas with the estheticians and the salons and so on and so forth. So yes, Andrea, the next slide, please. Thank you. So DNA damage, it's really UV damage and photo damage, which is pretty much the culprit to aging skin. Pretty much everything that we see on the surface of our skin is a direct result of UV damage. So in a typical day, your skin naturally fixes the damage. So the second that you're exposed to the sun, your skin cells become damaged, and over the course of 24 hours, your skin begins to repair that damage, but it can only get to about 50% in a 24-hour period. What most people don't realize is they see something on the surface of their skin, or they get exposed to the sun and they get some redness and irritation and maybe even some sun poison, whatever the case may be, but it all affects your DNA, your skin cells. So it's really important to be able to protect your skin cells as much as possible and protect the DNA from becoming damaged and helping to repair it as quickly as possible as well. So this is just a slide that kind of tells you that most of the damage that you're getting is from UV damage. So pretty much 80% of the damage that we see on the surface of our skin is directly related to ultraviolet radiation. The other 20% is the free radicals and the required use of antioxidants to help combat the free radical damage. But I think a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people knew this, or maybe you guys were aware of this, but I think most of the folks that we talk to on a regular basis are unaware that most, if not all, the damage that's received or that people are being treated for in the skincare clinics is directly related to the sun. Okay, Andrea. Okay. So, okay, this is just basically saying what I just said. Oh, there's not one person out there that's going to escape the world of UV damage. It's unavoidable. It doesn't matter how much you protect your skin with sunscreens. You're going to get some damage on a regular basis. It's just the world we live in. And today, even more so, it seems that the sun is more damaging than it has been in the past. So we're going to be exposed to more and more UV damage. The pictures here are just some pictures that show you, what could possibly, be the result of UV damage. And I think the picture on the right was a picture that was on the internet for a long time of a truck driver. And it just shows the amount of damage over time. If it's left untreated, that's pretty much what could be the result and what you would look like. The picture on the left, on my left, and I think on your left as well, that's a UV camera. I don't know if everyone's familiar with the UV cameras, but it basically takes a picture of your skin from the inside out, and it shows the damage that's underlying. And that's the type of thing that we're going to treat with the DNA repair products. We're going after all those things that you kind of can't see on the surface of your skin today, but you will see tomorrow if you don't take care of it with something like Photozyme or some type of DNA repair enzyme. So again, 80% of skin aging is due to the sun, and we claim in our literature, we'll say sunscreen is not enough. And the reason we say that is because obviously sunscreen is definitely something you have to use, but in today's technology, there are other things that you can add to the skincare regimen to help protect you to a much higher level. So the enzymes that we use are plant-derived enzymes, and most of them are enzymes that come from marine microbes. So when I worked for the original company, the molecular biology company that developed the enzymes, they found an enzyme that actually worked to help repair damaged DNA. That was one problem. The second problem was, how do we get that enzyme into the skin cell where it needs to work? So they worked diligently over the years and found a proprietary liposome delivery system, which drives them into the nucleus of the skin cell where they're able to go to work. So basically what happens is the enzymes will enter into the skin cell. So every day that you put these enzymes on your skin, they enter into the skin and attach themselves to damage. If there's no damage, they just don't attach themselves. They're somehow engineered to attach to damage, which then signals the body to repair. So we as a company aren't going to make any claims that we can actually repair DNA, because that's something that would probably become an FDA issue and a drug. But we can say that our product stimulates the body's natural response to repair. So that's really what the enzymes do. They adhere to the damage, which then signals the body to go through its natural repair process. So we're just basically stimulating what the body already does. So these are the names of the enzymes. Look, I don't know how important it is for you to know photolyase or endonuclease or Arabidopsis thaliana. Some people are interested in knowing the scientific names, so we sort of have them listed on our literature for that reason. But I think the most important thing to know is that they're plant-derived enzymes. And, photolyase, for instance, comes from plankton, and that one is light activated. So as that one sits on your skin, if you put that on during the day and you go out into the sun, it activates with the sunlight and protects the skin cells from becoming damaged. The other two enzymes will help what I mentioned before about adhering to the damage. So they basically go in, it's sort of like a search and destroy. They find it, they stick to it, which signals the body to then repair through its natural process. So, if anybody has any questions about those scientific names, I could do my best to answer them. But like I said, the most important thing to know is that they're plant-derived enzymes, and there's 3 of them, and those are the 3 that have been studied for years and have been scientifically validated to do what we're claiming them to do. So again, I think I just explained all this. This is just kind of I guess a graphic. If you wanted to follow it or help you follow it, I don't know if that's actually a good idea right now, but the whole idea here, as I mentioned before, the search and destroy. So the enzymes enter the skin cell, adhere to the damage. From there, your body takes over through the natural repair process. That's really how they work. And if people say, or if customers or consumers ask, well, how does it get there? Well, you tell them that it's in its own liposome delivery system, which drives it to where it needs to go to work.
Hey, Greg, I think that we all do appreciate the fact that you kind of tell us the way that we can tell the clients, the consumer, because it's just that's great to get those little easy terminology to be able to say it. So, because that helps us to be able to explain it to the end user. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. So just remember, plant-derived enzymes that stimulate the body's natural response to repair damage. That's it in a nutshell. That's the easiest way to explain it to a patient. And there's tons of science. Like this screen that we're looking at right now, this was a study that was done and published. I think it was done in Italy, if I'm not mistaken. Baradesca was the lead scientist on the study. And basically what this is showing is if you use sunscreen, you're going to protect your skin. So the 2 larger bars are basically people that have been, there's been some ultraviolet radiation. And one of those was, let me see here, was with sunscreen. No, one of them is a vehicle and the other one was UV radiation only. So the 2 large bars that you see in the center there. So basically, obviously, we knew that the vehicle was doing nothing to protect your skin, and the UV radiation, of course, they would be at the same level because you're not protecting the skin, you're radiating the skin. So the second to last bar shows sunscreen plus UV radiation. So the assumption was, okay, if you put sunscreen on and you radiate the skin, how much protection are we gonna get? So you can see the protection is very good. It's more than half. But then if you add the DNA repair enzymes, it virtually goes down to almost a full protection. So that's what we mean by sunscreen is not enough. There's technology today that's really, we're just at the tip of the iceberg with the whole DNA repair stuff. But there is technology today that helps protect the skin even further. And that's kind of what this study proves. is you add you put your sunscreen on, you put your DNA repair enzymes on, you irradiate the skin, and you can see that it's virtually, it's almost 100% protection. So, I mean, I could explain that more if anybody wants to talk one-off at another time. There's a whole paper behind this study, but we could tackle that at another time. Okay, now this was a dermatologist here in the U.S., Dr. Vivian Bukai, and she followed 100 of her patients using our DNA repair product, and used the Visia camera system. And the Visia camera is a camera it's a UV camera, so you're able to take pictures of people's skin from the inside out, basically. And you can see all the underlying damage. I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with these types of cameras now. Anyway, so these are her patients, and this is just a handful of them. But there were patients that had up to 90% reduction in UV spots. But on average, it was somewhere around 50 or 60%, even higher. So we just wanted to share a couple of those results, with you. So 20% reduction in just 4 weeks. So that's only a month's worth of use, which is very, that's not a long time to use the product. So for it to be 20% in just 4 weeks is a pretty good result using the DNA repair. And this study was done on the Youth Recovery, which is our flagship product. That's the main one. And then you can see 41% in 8 weeks, and in 12 weeks, the bottom picture shows the actual spots. The camera system that this particular doctor was using actually counts the UV damage and then calculates the result after using the product. So the bottom picture shows 217 UV spots, and after 12 weeks of use, it was down to 64. So it's pretty amazing. And this was a dermatologist that just started following her patients using our product, and a year later called us and said, "Hey guys, I got some interesting information for you. I'm pretty certain you might want to check this out." So it wasn't a paid study. It was somebody that was just looking at results on their patients using our product. And I think that even goes a lot further than, having a paid study. So same thing. It's just a larger picture. So. Okay, so this is our products. This is one of our products. Now, I said earlier that all of our products contain the enzymes, but there was no real reason to put the enzymes in the probiotic cleanser. The probiotic cleanser is just something we wanted to add to the line. We wanted to add a cleanser, and the people that we work with that manufacture our products have a probiotic ingredient that they developed, and they called us and said, "You guys, we could put this in a cleanser for you." And it's become a very popular product, and the product works very well for anybody, but especially for people that have acne. We don't promote it as an acne product, but the doctors that use our brand tell us that the results are excellent for people that have any type of acne. And probiotics, as you're all probably familiar with, they're a little bit different topically because they're not live cultures, but the probiotic will still destroy the bad bacteria and promote the good bacteria on the surface of the skin. So it's a very good light cleanser for anybody to use with any skincare line. Okay, so this is the Youth Recovery Facial Serum, the 50 ml. Again, this is the #1 product because this is what our company is all about. And it's a very easy integration into your skincare protocol. So you could be using anything from any company, any brand, and if you want to introduce DNA repair enzymes, it's as simple as just adding this one product. It doesn't have to be the entire line, but typically what happens is people, and they start with the DNA repair, Youth Recovery. They see the results and they start working their way into the eye creams and the body lotions and some of the other things that we have that also contain the enzymes. But this is a very light product. It's a serum, so it goes on and disappears within seconds. Most people will put this on after they cleanse their skin and then follow up with the rest of their daytime use products. And then at night as well, same thing. You can put this on after you cleanse your skin at night and put it on as your next step and follow up with your retinols and whatever else you're using in the evenings. But it's best to use it twice a day if you can. but we understand people have a lot of different products they're using. And there's a lot of different schools of thought out there on whether or not you should use it morning, or if you can only use it once a day, should it be morning or should it be night? Some people say put it on in the morning because of what I explained to you earlier about the photolyase being light activated. Others say if you can only use it once a day, use it in the evening because your skin heals overnight. And if you did get any UV damage, which you most likely did, then you can heal it during the evening hours. So it's best to use it twice if you can, but if not, I think you just have to pick or choose which, where it fits in your schedule of skincare. So just another thing about the DNA Youth Recovery, it's got a hyaluronic acid base. So it's going to fill up the fine lines and wrinkles pretty quickly on your skin. And it also has an ingredient called L-ergothioneine, which is a powerful antioxidant. And we don't sell it as an antioxidant or promote it as an antioxidant. It's just an added benefit to the product. It's all about the DNA repair enzymes with the added benefit of the hyaluronic acid vehicle base and the L-ergothioneine as a powerful antioxidant. So the eye cream, iQuad Total Eye Therapy, I think it was named iQuad from my business partner because it was for the eyes, and it has four different benefits for the eyes. So that's how the iQuad name came to be. So the four things are, it contains retinol. So it's not a light activated. The retinol is a encapsulated retinol, so you can use this during the day. It's not going to sensitize your skin like most retinols, so you can use it during the day. It's also got caffeine for puffiness. It's got some peptides for dark circles, and then of course it's got the DNA repair enzymes. So there's nothing that says you can't use the youth recovery around the eyes. It's just that the eyes have a different type of, people have different problems like the puffiness and the dark circles. So it has the added benefits of all of those things along with the DNA repair enzymes. So the body lotion was just an answer. Everybody was asking, what could I use on my neck, my décolleté, my arms, my hands, all the areas of your body that shows aging. I mean, it's what everybody sees. They see the back of your hands, they see your neck, your décolleté, your face, and there's nothing to stop anyone from using the DNA Youth Recovery other than it's a 1.7 ounce bottle, and they would go through 5 bottles a month if they started using it in all those areas. So we developed a body lotion, which is a very heavy. I say heavy. It's a thick lotion, but it spreads on very easily and it's very cosmetically elegant, but it's super moisturizing. So for those areas where people have a lot of sun damage, it's a great product for the neck and décolleté and the arms and the hands. So wherever you have other sun damage that you wanted to use a larger amount, it's an 8 ounce bottle. And the difference between this one and the Youth Recovery, other than the fact that it's loaded with the omega-3 and 6 fatty acids, is it's got 2 of the 3 enzymes. We just felt that it wasn't necessary to put all 3 enzymes in the body lotion and to keep the cost down, because body lotions in 8 ounces can be pretty costly if we use all of the main ingredients in that actual formulation.
Hey, Greg, I don't know if you can hear me, but I do know that a lot of them use the body lotion along with we've got a lipo belt and so they love taking and using the lipo belt and then putting on the body complex.
Gotcha.
The omega-36.
Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. So anyway, so that's the reason why we have the body lotion, is just so people can treat the other areas of sun damaged skin, especially the areas that are exposed regularly and the areas that show aging. So the GFS, it's a newer product that we have. It's a night serum. The main thing about this product is it uses growth factors, but it's not the typical growth factor that I think you guys are all familiar with, because I think Skin Medica had one of the early on growth factors out there, and there's a lot of different companies that have a similar version. But in this case, the manufacturer that we partner with, they have an ingredient called lysophosphatic acid, and I'm probably saying that a little bit wrong, but anyway, I have to actually look at the actual the word to say it the right way, but it's lysophosphatic acid, somewhere in that ballpark. Um, but that ingredient is basically a growth factor, but it's a natural occurring growth factor in your skin. And it works differently than the typical growth factors that are on the market or that you're used to hearing about. This one works similar to the DNA youth recovery, stimulating the body's response to repair. This lysophosphatic acid stimulates your body's production of healthy skin cells. So it's already in our skin cells. So now we're applying it topically. So we're doing almost the same thing that we say we're doing with the DNA repair, but this one happens to focus on healthy skin cells. So on top of that, it has retinol in it. So it's got a nice amount of 0.5 retinol that you can use, obviously at night only. And it's got the DNA repair enzymes. So the nice thing about this growth factor is, you can repair your skin cells, then grow healthy skin cells, and also take care of your aging skin topically with the retinol that we have in the product. So typical other growth factors that were on the market, there was always a couple different schools of thought, and calling on dermatologists and plastic surgeons in the past, there seemed to be always the question about, well, I don't, what happens if I use a growth factor? Am I actually growing good and bad skin cells? I don't know that there's ever an answer to that, or if anybody actually did a study to show otherwise. But it was a concern on the marketplace. In this case, we have something that actually stimulates the production of healthy skin cells, and we have something that actually fixes or helps to mimic the body's natural response to repair damaged DNA. So it just has a great story on how those two ingredients can work together. So that's our newest product, and that's the one that's our new packaging as well. So you'll start to see a transition from the packaging that you've seen earlier in the presentation into this packaging.
I'm actually showing it right now so that they can see it. So the box and then the actual bottle itself. So it looks really good. And of course, everybody likes this style.